Hey, what is up, man? Oh, woo, goodness gracious. We just saw a a destruction. We saw a destruction here pretty much an hour ago. Anthony Joshua handled business like you were supposed to as a top level boxer against a guy that had been in mixed martial arts, that had been in kickboxing, but hadn't really had any pro boxing experience or that much pro boxing experience. Joshua did what you were supposed to do. This is something that Tyson Fury was supposed to do. Joshua was just doing the regular things that he's been doing over the past year, working off the jab, moving in and out, gauging the distance with his opponent, being sound and being disciplined when he throws a jab so that if he looks for a counter that's coming, he's going to be ready for it pretty much by trying to block the counter while he's coming in. And he used multiple feints, jabs upstairs and jabs to the body. He continues to use the jabs to the body, which is one of his biggest weapons that he uses against every opponent, at least from this point, was that he used the jabs to the body against Ngannou. And Ngannou was just not necessarily ready for a fighter in Joshua that was going to be, strict in what he was going to do and establish what he wanted to do right off the bat. Anthony Joshua using the jab and working off of that jab to, make Ngannou think about the jab first before anything else came after that. And when he did that, mixing it up, it was just basically food. This was barbecue chicken for Anthony Joshua, because he just set up the shots for the right hand in the first round and in the second round for him to get, well, of course, a knockdown in the first round after Ngannou switched to southpaw, which I don't know why you would do that against a guy that has a strong right hand like that could, surprise you with the right hand that quickly. And when he was knocked down, it was like Ngannou, I think, was kind of shell shocked that he was knocked down by Anthony Joshua that quickly. And after that, it was just, okay, now how is Anthony Joshua going to set up finishing off Francis Ngannou? And he just did that in great fashion by just setting up the right hand, making Ngannou think way too much. And then once he landed that right hand, when Ngannou came in, pretty much concussed Ngannou. So the left hand that Joshua threw really didn't land, but Ngannou was already just stunned. He was already stunned from that right hand in the second round, that first right hand in the second round that put him down to the canvas. And after that, the referee there, he should have just said, you know what, man, this, you got paid. I got paid. Joshua got paid. Everybody get paid. You know what? We'll wave off the bout. But nah, referee didn't do that. He just gave him the count, continued to give him the count. He, looked at him, seeing if he was okay, man. And Ngannou's legs were shaky, man. And Ricky Gonzalez just allowed the fight to continue. And oh man, that just led to that big right hand that just went right through the guard or whatever guard Francis Ngannou had. And bam, Ngannou got folded, straight up folded. And that is a highlight reel knockout, a knockout of epic proportions in some people's eyes. As Joshua just said, you know what? Let me just go get this money. I'm getting paid. I get paid handsomely. And all I got to do is just stay sharp, stay in the gym. And this should be an easy night for me. It should be an easy night for me. And it was just straight up easy. And it was funny because, for those that were watching live, you seen who was right there in front row. Tyson Luke Fury. And he saw Anthony Joshua just straight up beat down Francis Ngannou within 2 rounds. And it wasn't even close. Not even close. I mean, this is something where you kind of like say, hey, if you go all the way back to that event that happened between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, you knew that Floyd Mayweather was just levels and levels and levels above Conor McGregor. He just played with his food. But here, Anthony Joshua didn't play with his food. He just gobbled that joker. Pause. Um, he just took advantage of, all of the um, flaws that Francis Ngannou would have at this particular point, fighting a guy of the level of Anthony Joshua. And Joshua just took this way more seriously than Tyson Fury did back in October. Way more serious. Because he said, you know what? This is going to be part of my journey to try to get back to being a world champion. And I had already had 3 fights in the previous year, getting back from losing to Alexander Usyk in 2022. So I said, you know what? Let me get something up there with Jermaine Franklin. Let me get something there with Robert Helenius. And let me get in some action there with Otto Wallin. And at that Otto Wallin fight in December, you've seen Anthony Joshua be very sharp. That he hasn't been that sharp since what I would say, 2018 or something like that. At least before, the first that Ruiz loss. That was April 1st of 2019. June 1st, excuse me. It was like June. So here, man, it was like you just saw a great, great showing there from Anthony Joshua, in that he just seemed very sharp, in that he wants to just get right back in the ring. It just shows a difference with Anthony Joshua, how Anthony Joshua is when he's as busy as he is over the previous year. That he's sharper, he's more fluent with his punches, he's able to execute, able to move with his feet a little bit or a lot better. Even at the stage that he's in, like he was at 200 or weighed in at 252 pounds there. Once he's like, over the 250s, he, kind of like is, really, really kind of like slow at times, but here you just seen him like really execute to the like his full potential there, pretty much similar to that Otto Wallin fight that he had in December. And this was just something where it's like, man, yeah, this was an event. It was an event there in Saudi Arabia. People, were able to catch what was going down here in this, as far as like having, Francis Ngannou, the pretty much that was viewed as like the baddest man out there from mixed martial arts, one of the hardest punchers in mixed martial arts history or whatever it is, and going up against Anthony Joshua, who, is, I would say, one of the most dangerous punches out there in the heavyweight division. Not just with his like knockout power or whatever it is, but he'll be able to do something where he has concussive power, in a sense that you've seen it here in this fight against Francis Ngannou in those first 2 knockdowns, in that he just gets you quick. He gets you quick, bam, with the right hand, whether it's from a counter or, just a straight up shot that he sets up. And that's the thing with Anthony Joshua, is that, he doesn't like, throw things to throw. He has an intent on what he's trying to do with a lot of his shots, with a lot of his combinations. And just seeing that, like I said, early in the first round, when he was establishing what he wanted to do very early with the jab, mixing it up, going to the body, continuously going to the body. Because sometimes when you go to the body and you lock down on going to the body, then your opponent will be like, especially if it's affecting them, he's going to be like, yo, I gotta guard the body. I gotta guard my body, man. He's just really tagging me to the body, and it's getting to me. And if I don't like do something to like defend against it, then I might be in trouble. And all Joshua does is he sets up the trap, and then after that, then he detonates. He sets up the trap, then detonates and throws the right hand, and he comes upstairs because his opponent is thinking, okay, something's coming downstairs, so I got to bring my guard down a little bit so I'll be able to catch that instead of trying to see if I could move away from it or say what, maybe I should take a chance and try to just shoot a lead right hand or something like that to see if I can get there before he gets to me. And well, at least you seen there with Francis Ngannou, he had no shot, no shot of getting to Anthony Joshua before Joshua got to him. And that whole thing with Ngannou's reach and it being, what I would say, unique given his height in comparison to Anthony Joshua, that didn't matter anything. That didn't matter for anything. If you don't really have something where you know what you're going to do and be very intent on it off the rip against Anthony Joshua, like he'll be able to, try to pick you apart. And the thing about it is that I feel like it was almost like Ngannou was trying to be more of like a counterpuncher in a sense, going right off the bat, even before he switched to the southpaw stance. It looked like he was trying to be a counterpuncher, and you can't necessarily do that against a guy that is very, what I would say, versatile on offense. And that's the thing with Joshua. Joshua's versatile on offense, where he could, start off with the jab. He could land you with hooks. He didn't even use uppercuts. Folks say that Anthony Joshua is known for his uppercut. He didn't really have to throw the uppercut in this particular fight at all. That was not even needed. And Francis Ngannou was just absolutely food. And I'm gonna just say this, man. Props to Ngannou. He got the bag with Tyson Fury. He got the bag with Anthony Joshua. But after this, I know Anthony Joshua told him like you could stay at it with boxing. Man, I don't know, man. If it's not big events for instance, Ngannou in the boxing ring, I don't know if folks will be that much interested in seeing Francis Ngannou in the ring after he got folded like he did, there. That's going to be the lasting image here over the weekend at the very least is seeing Francis Ngannou folded by Anthony Joshua. That is the whole joint here with this, man. I'm like, come on, yo. How are you going to have that happen to you? And it was just easy, real easy there for Anthony Joshua. Like, it was just like nothing to him. It was like he barely broke a sweat against Francis Ngannou. So that was just like, I don't know, man. And they said what could be next there for Anthony Joshua? Who knows, man? I like for real quick. I'm like, who knows? I don't know what's next for Anthony Joshua. Right after this, you got to see what's happening with the undisputed fight that's supposed to take place May 18th. Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, and after that, then we'll see what happens. They're supposed to have a rematch clause with that, so we'll see. But real quick, big up for everybody that's joining in here live on this reaction to Joshua knocking out Francis Ngannou. This was just something that I at least when I was previewing this, I just felt like it was going to be something where, hey, Anthony Joshua is going to show that there's levels, but I didn't think it was going to be this easy for Anthony Joshua. I thought he was going to take his time. He was going to, show different things. And then, it'll be like, when Ngannou would get tired around round 6 and round 7, and then, maybe eventually that Joshua would get a TKO around like round 7 or something like that. But he was like, nah, I ain't even gonna waste time with this. I got my money. This is a quick bag. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna get one of my guys up here, that also checked out the fight, and he'll have his thoughts on it. Shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, the boxing academic. What's good?
What's going on, JR? How you doing tonight?
All good, man. All good. What did you think of what you saw there, man? Hey, like I was saying, Anthony Joshua didn't play with his food tonight. You know,
He didn't, but his food did its job in putting itself on the plate as well, though.
it
The
was well
outcome.
done. It was well done.
Well, I'm saying, you know how you set up mid hip haphazard traps, and then the trap ain't gonna work, but then
Mhm.
the animal like walk into the trap, and you like, oh my gosh, how dare
Oh,
they? How dare they lock the door behind them in the trap that wasn't locked? A trap that has a door that's open. How dare they close the door behind them and lock it themselves? So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying the stuff was there, but he put himself on the plate from what I saw. And I'll explain what I mean by that.
Yeah, go ahead.
First round, obviously
Uh-huh.
it's a fill out round. Obviously, Joshua is taking a conservative approach. Joshua ain't trying to do nothing because the man powerful and he was very responsive in his orthodox stance. But Joshua was leading the action, and Ngannou was trying to do the little hand outreach parry and
Yeah.
then counter. But essentially, when he had like the high guard and then he would counter, that would be what to me showed the strength of what he was doing, because he was landing shots that when he kept it sort of on the outside and Joshua had to do whatever attack that he wanted to do, and then he had to cover space, he could block it and know that Joshua wasn't going to either go through his hands or go around his hands, and then when he countered, Joshua was right there with the hooks, with everything else. So the plan was right in what he was doing, make Joshua attack first and then counter Joshua. But when he was doing it, that shit of keeping the hand up and then trying to parry a fucking punch that's going 40 miles per hour, like what he really messed up is when he was winning the first round. He was winning the first round. He had countered Joshua the whole fight. You could see Joshua thinking or questioning himself like he always does when things don't go his way. And then Ngannou turns to southpaw, and in that southpaw stance, you can tell is not as comfortable as he is in the orthodox stance. And then
Yeah.
he did the same thing that he always did, which was he stuck the hand up to try to like cover his face, and then he tried to parry the damn shot. And then just like anything else, a speeding missile, you trying to parry a speed missile, you trying to parry a bow that's coming at your face and you trying to knock it down versus actually trying to like either hit the arm or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Even
Or even
just,
like
just
try to move your head.
yeah, or move your head. Oh, that's a great idea that I never heard of. Move your head. It would have been even better if he'd have just had both his hands up in the dang earmuffs. That would have been better than what he was doing, because ain't no way with them type of shots that people throwing that our brain can react fast enough for us to like knock the shot down. And even if he would have touched the shot, Joshua's hand would have went through his hand, and
Mm-hmm.
it would have like still hit him, probably less
Give it
force.
less impact. Yeah.
Yeah, but it still would have hit him. Now he got sort of cocky in a sense, because the thing that I think he was doing against Tyson Fury, which worked against Tyson Fury, because Tyson was sort of throwing looping shots and stuff like that, and that's why it was working. But Joshua
Yeah.
threw the straight shots, and then he trying to parry it and do all this other stuff. And then so now he's compromised because he got hit with a very clean shot. So round two or whatever come in, Joshua, doing whatever he need to do, but Joshua understand, only thing I got to do is let him lead, and then I hit him. So Joshua said, okay, let me start the same plan that we said, walk him into shots. And that's exactly what Joshua did. But he also knew that the dude wasn't really moving his head. So Joshua said, okay, I'm going to throw shots, but I'm going to do it when I know I necessarily can't get hit. And then once Ngannou got hit with that second knockdown, you could tell he was like, oh shit, I know I messed up type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Joshua, kind of got away from his fear that he normally has when he questions himself when things don't go well. And at that point, he knew that he could throw. When Joshua understand that he could bully somebody, that's when he feels comfortable and is able to throw his shots. Up until that point, the man is questioning himself. You can see on his face, in his mind, just how he thinking that he questioned himself. I'm glad Joshua got the win because this legitimizes our sport. But if Ngannou can't block shots or don't move his head or either use foot movement or something to like get away from shots, and if I'm being honest, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be very transparent. I love Deontay Wilder, but that's the same thing that Deontay Wilder does in his current form. He don't use foot movement. He just sit there. And he ain't that bad. Wilder ain't
Right.
that bad from what
Right.
Ngannou did, but he essentially just stays a sitting target and tries to catch shots. He ain't that bad. He at least covering his face up. But
What? Yeah.
Ngannou,
He covers his face up one, but also two, like he'll move around. It's just that he's like lanky. With him being lanky, it's like long strides when he walks around the ring. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. So I don't know. It's just when Ngannou, I'm gonna have to look at it again, look at the replay, but like Joshua essentially made him extend himself, and that's when Joshua was able to land them shots. And
Mm-hmm.
to me, was the best thing that Joshua could have done. And obviously, Joshua saw something, which was the dude wasn't gonna
Yep.
move his head. So let me throw these
Yep.
shots and throw them big and throw them straight, and let's see if it get there.
All right. Yeah.
Murder she wrote.
Shout out to Sid UK. He said Joshua lulled him to sleep, pretty much set him up and got him thinking about the body shots. Yeah, that's why I was, saying early. He established a jab to the body early. But he says it was good strategy. Joshua wasn't nervous or questioning him, so Joshua just focuses a certain way. Wilder, he says Wilder is finished in trash now.
Man,
And
Joshua was questioning himself at the end of that first round before he got that knockdown, and Ngannou was countering him. He was questioning himself. It's the same way that he does with every fight. He was definitely questioning himself, and then Ngannou switched, and then he just kind of just stood there. He was like a statue. He just was there. He was a statue when he went into southpaw, and then he tried to do that dang parry. And then Joshua threw the shot, and then he missed it, and that's why he got knocked out because he did the same thing, obviously in different stances, but he kept missing the shot because ain't no way you finna stop a heat-seeking missile. Like you got to do something else other than just parry it. And if you gonna parry it, should you parry it trying to hit his fist, or should you parry it hitting something more stationary, like closer to the shoulder or something? Like even if you are parrying it, he wasn't even parrying it like a club in the sense, like he wasn't
like he wasn't. It wasn't like
a barrier.
It wasn't really forceful with that parry. It's like you didn't really see him go outward with his left hand that much when he tried that, and that was a big mistake. But now I'm gonna have my guy on here. You know what he's gonna do, man. It's my guy. Shout out to him. Yo, Zoe's out here in the building. What's happening, bro?
Look, man, I have to say two things I realized from watching those last two fights. Watching Zhang and Parker reminded me how much Wilder sucks. And watching Francis Ngannou versus Asia reminded me how much Tyson Fury sucks. That's what I got out of both fights.
I mean, I was a little bit disappointed in Wilder watching that Zhang and what's the name? I ain't gonna even lie. I did feel that a bit. But I will say this in defense to Wilder. Wilder does not do himself any favors by not getting into the ring and fighting, enough times, because he gonna always look like that.
Yeah.
If he's knocking dust off,
You know what though? Like on that real quick, I'm wondering if that is an issue of him, just getting out the bed for a certain price tag. Sometimes, when you get to a certain level in your career and you're getting 20 million for like fights against Tyson Fury, like it's different trying to accept like maybe a 10 million or less to fight like Joseph Parker or somebody like that. So I don't know, man. If he's
That's
that
not it, man. Listen, I told you guys the last time I was on. Stop pretending what you saw against Parker was different than what he was his whole career. He's a methodical guy who takes his time trying to land the one perfect punch. This is who he's always been. And because it didn't work out, y'all niggas talk about he's past his. This is who he is. This is who he is. Since after the first Stavern fight, this is who he be in. He's been.
Nah. That ain't who he was. Because if you watch even Tyson Fury 1, he was a different person.
Hilarious, nigga. Why would you say that? How?
Because he at least when he threw the shots against Tyson Fury, he was setting the shots up, which is how he knocked Fury down. Because he was throwing to different places. He was throwing to where Tyson Fury head would go. He would do the double jab to make Tyson Fury get into that position, and then he would throw the right hand into that position. That ain't the same. This ain't the same Wilder. Wilder is regressing in a sense.
I said
And
this before. Wilder doesn't have any boxing skills, but he do have some kind of IQ, and I would give you that. I do think in the first Fury fight, I think that's the second knockdown. I think he picked up on the way Fury was ducking down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fury was ducked down, like completely ducked down. I guess he fine changed the judge. So I do give him credit. He do have boxing IQ, just the application of it because of his lack of skills make it a little difficult. But with that being said, it still wasn't a lot of punches. It's based off timing, you feel me? And Fury basically gave this nigga the same look, so he adjusted to it, you feel me? He gave the nigga the same look. I don't think Wilder's that bad that if you give him the same look for 12 rounds, he's not gonna adjust. I don't think he's that bad. But Joseph Parker didn't give him the same look.
he didn't throw no punches. I gotta agree with you on that. And that's on him. He didn't throw punches.
I think he threw that right hand. He threw that right hand just as much time Zhang threw it. Zhang just had a little more success.
With the left, yeah.
Like the
left is a different look though. What you said?
If you guys would have said Wilder timing was off, I would have accepted that from y'all. But y'all saying something else.
I'm not saying his timing off. I'm saying the long wind up into him getting into that right hand. Joseph Parker is fast enough to see it and duck down and essentially grab his waist. And that's exactly what he was doing. And instead of Wilder doing what he saw with Tyson Fury, which was changing the trajectory of the punch and not punching at his head, punching at his chest, at his sternum or whatever, he didn't do that. Like, and he didn't throw many other shots. Man, let's talk about Zhang. Let's stop talking about Wilder.
Hold on. Before that, like maybe I got somebody that's on Wilder more than Zoe is. He said Wilder lost his legs on his brother's girl. The guy's finished. Money changed him, and he's done now. Oh my goodness.
Okay, he doesn't. I'm pretty sure.
What does that even mean on his brother's girl?
I'm pretty sure Wilder is a fucking straight athlete, and he doesn't drink, and he doesn't do. I'm pretty sure he doesn't strike me as that type. He looked like a clean athlete to me, so I don't disagree. I disagree with that fella said. Look, you see, I just defended Wilder, so you can't call me a hater. I just defended him.
I mean, this guy sounds like a troll. So I mean, nobody cares about what he says anyway. So we fine.
I've seen him. He's not a troll, but he doesn't like Wilder all too tough though.
He sounds like a UK. He sounds like a UK dick rider. That's what he sounds like.
Can we say this? Thank you, Anthony Joshua, for correcting the mistake that fat slob did. You feel me? Because these UFC niggas was getting out of pocket, my nigga.
All right, he said something that's real right there. I get it.
Wilder doesn't jab anymore. Isn't active enough. Shout out to Backstone here, man. He says worst thing to happen to Francis since his mama named him Francis. Oh, come on, man.
I was watching Joe Rogan talk about I don't know, man. What's that writer for MMA called Ariel Helwani? I can't pronounce his name.
Ariel Helwani.
He's talking about, oh, he got knocked out. Unbelievable. What's fucking unbelievable about him getting knocked out by elite heavyweight? This is why I hate Fury. Fury allowed y'all to think this nonsense was possible, nigga.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, yo, Anthony Joshua saw this. He saw this opportunity and he said, hey, this is easy money, dog.
I don't even think he wanted this fight. The way he knocked him out, the way he walked off like, they made me waste my time. I think Eddie Hearn's like, nigga, we need that bag. Go get it.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Hey, he's like, yo, this whole thing with Wilder right now doesn't look all too good. So, hey, let me see if we can try to angle this thing with Ngannou. And he said, yeah, that's easy money. I'm like, oh, come on, yo.
Francis Ngannou, all they have to do is put him in the ring with one of those heavyweights that's in love with clinching. Because once you clinch that nigga, he gonna break the clinch and fuck you up on the inside, because that's what they do over there, MMA. You feel that? Fury was having trouble with that shit all night.
Get him in there with Dylan White, dog.
Huh?
Like, get him in there with Dylan White.
Yeah, get him in there with Dylan White. Dylan White's slow enough. He probably could knock out Dylan White if Dylan White don't knock him out first. Now, here's a fight. Him and Joyce. Woo!
Oh, man. Him and Joe Joyce, boy. Ooh.
Him and Joyce, that's a great fight.
Well, the way he counters, I think he would take Joyce out, and Joyce 10 is compromised at this point.
Nigga, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? He's an MMA fight. What's wrong with you? To counter. What? Oh.
Joe Joyce.
I was listening to the show earlier before I jumped in. You were saying some nonsense. He was countering Joshua. Joshua was just sure himself. Stop it.
Watch the first round. Go back and watch it again.
First round. Before the knockdown, I watched it.
So you be watching stuff when you be drinking, man. I think you gotta like watch it when you're not drinking.
I don't drink. I think you're watching that fight, looking. The reason every time Joshua have a fight, when we come on the show post fight, he say the same thing. He look unsure of himself, and you say that because that's the hope you hang on to just in case he fight Wilder. That's the little hope you have. He's unsure of himself. Once Wilder throw that heat sickle, he can be unsure of himself. Why the fucking son he gonna beat the shit out of that nigga?
Man, I know the look in someone's eyes. I know the apprehension in their body limbs when someone is unsure of themselves. I know it, man. You can see that look in people. It's just something that you can see about people when they are questioning themselves. And it's not until they get some win to where they actually start believing in themselves. Like that's like weak mind 101.
Wait, did Anthony Joshua question himself in the first round against Otto Wally?
No, I don't think so.
Did he question himself in those first 3 rounds against Povetkin, and Povetkin was having success?
What you think?
No, he didn't. He didn't question himself when he got himself off the canvas.
He wasn't throwing punches. If that's the Povetkin fight, that's the fight he wasn't throwing punches, right? He was afraid to throw punches?
No, he knocked out Povetkin.
Which fight he was afraid to throw punches?
I don't know what fight he was afraid to throw punches. That's some shit.
He was apprehensive to throw punches.
That shit.
I don't know what
that was. Throw punches. Consider Joshua threw more punches than Wilder on average every fight, and niggas never say that shit about Wilder. That shit's crazy. Maybe that nigga's
Hey, he said 50 million to get concussed is an acceptable trade-off. Just saying. Yeah, I mean, at the very least, Ngannou was able to get up, and he was up after about a few minutes.
I gotta say something. 5 days ago, I don't want you guys, I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm just gonna make a joke, but this shit really happened. 5 days ago, I had a heart attack, right? So when I saw Ngannou get knocked out, I thought he was dead. So I went to go check if he was an organ donor. So I know he probably got a good ass heart for me. You feel me? So I thank you, Joshua. I'm about to go look that shit up.
Oh man.
Yeah, but dead ass, I did have a fucking heart attack on some real shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
But on the real, man, that's something, man, that's concerning, not just with you, man, but, at least you're here in full health and stuff like that. But I've been hearing like multiple instances of, folks around our age group having heart attacks, man.
Younger. But the
so,
doctors are telling me, real talk, the doctors told me, believe it or not, there's not a lot of people talking about it because people are scared to talk about it, but marijuana smoking is causing a lot of heart problems on us, and I think that's what it is.
Mm.
Damn.
And it ain't coronavirus related, right?
Nah, I ain't coronavirus. I'm a big weed smoker, so I think they might be right. But anyway, back to
I
that.
don't know, man. Hey, I've also heard they say something be different with the weed nowadays. So I don't know.
Yeah, man. But another thing is, Terrence Crawford disappointed me so bad. I don't understand.
No, dog. You don't really need to, man. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all.
What's the science behind that? What sense does that mean? I don't get it.
There's no sense behind that. Number one, and number two, how is that going to be possible when they both have the same trainer? Shout out said he said
Ngannou
Ngannou
in the UK, and then Bomac's not even allowed there. He's banned.
Yeah, like he can't be over there either. Ngannou made 600K his last UFC fight. He made easy 15 million these last two fights. 15 million probably on the short side.
15 million. Yeah, he probably made. I think he was guaranteed 20 for this one, right?
Yeah, he was like guaranteed 20 for this one, you know. So he probably got 15 for the Fury fight or whatever it was.
Yo, I think he might have tore his ACL on the last knockdown.
Dude, I hope not. Yeah, he got folded really bad in that one, boy. I was like, God damn.
The second knockdown, I'll tell the ref to wave it off because I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
The first knockdown wasn't bad. It was just like, okay. The second one, but what's pissing me off is niggas was saying he has an iron chin. He never got hurt. UFC niggas can't fucking punch. Who cares?
Hey, and that's the joint that they were saying. Like they don't have that type of technique to really like turn on punches like that. They usually just work on off like instinct or basically quick twitch.
And like it don't take 6 pounds or however many pounds of pressure to get knocked out. You get knocked out with somebody who can throw their hands halfway decent, and you not seeing it or aren't ready for it, your lights is out. Like if you get hit by a 200-pound dude, that's not gonna bode well for anybody.
What's that UFC? It's the UFC nigga. He's famous. I can't remember his name. He's from Jersey, Tom's River. He was a lightweight champ. I can't remember. You probably have to look it up, but he was from Jersey. He used to come down to the gym in Asbury Park, to work on his hands. I used to watch 15-year-olds beat this nigga ass, and niggas just trying to tell me this is a sport I should take seriously, bro.
Hey man, and this is a whole joint. Remember, over the past 5 years or so, MMA is this, MMA is that. It's so much better than boxing. We could go over there and boxing, and we could beat those guys.
You guys can't even beat a Disney star, nigga. That's why I love Jake Paul. So I told you that's why I love Jake Paul. I don't like Jake Paul. I don't consider Jake Paul a good boxer. I like him for what he is. Somebody like spoke. He's proven what I've been telling niggas for years, and niggas been looking at me like I'm a joke. But he's proven it. These niggas can't box. They do whatever that shit they do. They can do it. Stay over there. You guys couldn't beat fucking Golden Gloves, and it looked like I was taking it too far. Y'all can't even beat Jake Paul.
But you can tell they take it serious though. At least Jake Paul take it serious.
Yeah.
He picked people he's supposed to beat, but he does take it serious.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know how I feel about Jake Paul fighting Mike Tyson, man. A
nigga told me Gabriel Rosado had broke Jake Paul's jaw, and Jake Paul still sparred him another 5 rounds. That right there is all I need to know that you have a fighter's heart. You feel me?
Hey, you hit up Gabe Rosado and ask him about it. Yeah, he'll probably tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this was happening. But still, like for you to get your jaw broken and you still continue sparring, that says a lot about your character as a man. You feel me?
Joint, they probably, I think Sid said they doing the post fight press or whatever it is. So I don't know, maybe Ngannou's still up there, but hey,
watch Joshua not know how to take not know how to be a winner. He was doing so good in the fight. Him walking away was the best thing he could have done to be like you actually compared me to this guy. And then he was doing so well. And then when he was like, whatever he did, the little like remarks he did, the dude does not know how to handle success.
Okay, this is one thing I say about Joshua, and I think he might have complained about this before. like at one point, Joshua was fighting 4 or 5 times a year. You saw the improvement. He was improving fast. But then Eddie Hearn saw the money bag and money. He kind of slowed down his development because of the money. So he started throwing him in the big fights early, and he stopped developing. You feel me? So I think a lot of his shit was stunted. That's why I think in the last year or so, you start seeing him fighting more active. He's getting better and better. This might be the best version of him. He still don't beat Usyk, but you know he might be Fury.
Yeah, right.
He might be Fury. Shit.
Yeah, right.
You just think your Fury's unstoppable because you know that boy got beat up, but this is the same Fury that went life and death with Ngannou, nigga. And I don't give a fuck what shape you in. It's fucking Ngannou.
Now I think that that what's his name just it's one thing to fight a guy who try to like knock your shots down with like a you know, if I knock your shots down doing like you probably gonna hit me. Tyson Fury A will probably go on the inside with Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua may not be able to handle that.
Unless the Fury will smother the madness out of him, you know, I don't know, man, because hey, that's something that you really would want to like stay away from with Joshua because he does have an inside game too. You know what I'm saying?
We're already talking about heavyweights. So ESPN's bogus for that Jared Anderson shit. That's bogus. Because I can't be bringing up don't bring up his criminal record if you're not going to bring up a certain fighter that's banned from coming to America because he deal with the cartel. You just can't do that. That's not fair.
Yeah, pretty much. You know,
there's a certain fighter in Ukraine that smacked a nigga in the church. I didn't hear no ESPN reported that shit, did they?
Right. Yep. And they're about
who did that?
Lomachenko smacked the nigga in the church. None of these niggas said anything about that shit, nigga. But they would have fucking talk about niggas.
Or they'll say something in the next couple months or so about a fight that's supposed to be for undisputed that has one guy that's involved that smacked his wife. Now that person is
that person heard about Bieber's wife coming out talking about my husband beat me. None of the niggas brought up how they brought up Charlo shit.
So
yeah, that shit.
But the joint about that one was it's like, yeah, why would the company that's supposedly promoting that guy would post something like that up, you know? And yeah, it was something for Jared to lash out like that, and then he kind of like, you know, pulled it back and then apologized or whatever it is. But still, like they like, you know, Top Rank and having Mark Krieger do that, like that's all, yo.
Yeah, them niggas clearly have racial bias of what they consider they can report. That's just clearly, dog. Cause like there's certain like, bro, Tyson Fury can't come to fucking America, bro. How'd that not? Tell me one article ESPN ever wrote about that.
Listen, you listen. ESPN has a guy that's a writer on there that's
voted for drug cartel to be
directly or indirectly involved with that same group. So that's a little issue right there. Yeah, man. Shot said, man, yeah, pretty much like missed the joint for the post fight or whatnot, man.
Or like even the last couple of events, you hear how Tim Bradley's tone completely changed ever since Shakur said he's not signing that he's not signing that deal. You see how they've been talking about him lately. That's why I'm saying, Shakur, your next fight, you better knock this nigga. Whoever you fight, you better knock them out because you might not walk away with a victory, bro. The way they talking.
Oh, they might pull off the Top Rank special on him.
Yeah, the Top Rank special, nigga. He better knock the next nigga the fuck out, bro. He better not even.
Oh, man. Hey, yo. But yeah, man, Boston Academic, you want to revisit that joint with Zhang and Parker. And Zhang was just, man, it looked like he was every bit of 40 years old or whatever it was, man, because there were multiple rounds on there where he didn't throw nothing at all, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing. You know what I'm saying?
What
And
he gonna
that
say this time? He gonna say he had an illness like he did for every time he have a bad performance, he blame it on an illness.
yeah, something, but I don't know. I might have to, get with one of his managers out there to see, what was going down, for this fight. But
Yeah.
the thing about it is that since it was for like the WBO interim title, they said it was a one-way rematch clause, so they're gonna have a rematch of this joint.
Why? That fight wasn't even exciting.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not sure what's gonna happen differently in that
yeah,
fight.
yeah. I don't
Except
see anything
a
that
year,
happening.
we can be a
And
couple months older.
yeah, but and the thing is like Parker and his team is all over that because they want to see him as active as possible. So Joseph Parker's like, okay, hell yeah. I mean, yeah, I know I'm the WBO interim champion, but I'm like, yeah, let's win this back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So hey, they're pretty much like all for this, and that's gonna be a good little streak for Joseph Parker, man.
Here's
Like
what
all these
I want
wins.
to see Joseph Parker running back with Andy Ruiz because that shit was a robbery.
Ooh, man.
That was a robbery.
Can anybody
Ruiz won
find
that
where
fight.
Andy Ruiz is at this point? Can anybody find him? I mean, I don't know. Last thing I saw was him saying, "Oh, I could have fought Wilder, but they didn't give me enough money, so I
I'm
didn't fight
mad.
him."
I'm mad he didn't fight Wilder. He would have fucking punished Wilder so bad niggas would have been sick. I've been calling for that fight since 2014. I mean 2012. I'm lying.
But like
Nah, because Ruiz don't move his head.
Man, he's gonna get Wilder can't hurt nobody close, nigga. He needs full extension. Feel for Wilder. Ruiz gonna get in the inside. And
no,
Ruiz may not have crazy head movement, but he got good side to side movement with his hips. That might be enough for a basic ass nigga like Wilder. Once he gets on the inside, once he get close, lunch.
well, yeah, but he got to get closer. But think
He's
about it
gonna
this:
get close.
Wilder, if Wilder's able to like throw from mid range, that's where he's dangerous from mid range and further back. But
And
if he's like the same Wilder that we saw against Joseph Parker, yeah, he ain't.
if it's the same Wilder we saw fight Ortiz, I think Ruiz does all Ruiz have to worry about is 20 punches per round. This is the same Wilder that fought Ortiz, all you got to worry about 20 punches around. If it's the same Wilder that fought Sterling the second time, all you got to worry about 20 punches around. If it's the one that fought Malik Scott, all you got to worry is one fake punch per round. You feel me?
Oh
It's
man,
cool.
I don't know, man. It's just something different with Malik Scott. I'm not sure. And the thing about it is that like I feel like at least when Wilder came back in that fight against Kalenius and got that first round knockout, like at the end at that post fight pressure, I was able to like ask like how is it like being around Malik Scott and how that camp at least at the time was like he was having fun in the camp, like he was comfortable, he was free flowing and everything like that. But it looks like at times it's not resonating with him in the ring, at least right now. So
Like
that's
does not compute
Boxing
or
yeah,
something.
academic.
you know.
Did you see Malik Scott versus Deontay Wilder? You saw that?
Yes. What's your question?
Oh no.
What, what was that?
I mean, it was a shot that landed, man. I mean, what was the punch that landed against Ali and when he first won his title? What was that punch?
When he first won his fight,
No, you mean the rematch with Sonny Liston?
The rematch, excuse me.
yeah, he landed a sharp left hook right on the
Hey,
chin.
man.
So there's even a photo of a photographer perfectly caught. It was a nice shot.
I'm saying it was a grazing shot, and those blade like shots that like barely graze your chin are the ones that knock you out.
Now I think that Wilder punch is in the same level as the punch Mike Tyson knocked out Bruce Sheldon with. That shit
You
was
showed it with.
bullshit.
Hey,
That shit was bullshit.
big ups for everybody that's joining in live and reacting to, of course, Joshua
Destroyed.
destroying Ngannou, man. If y'all support this content, hit the like button. We got content here on the Boxing Source, so we we be doing live reactions to fights. We be having a podcast and all that type of stuff on here. So
Real
yeah,
question: is Ngannou
yo,
ever gonna get in a boxing ring again?
hey man, if the money is out there for him,
I personally
but
believe
yeah, but
Joshua then single-handedly made all these UFC niggas be like, I'm straight.
But the thing though with Ngannou too was I think it was what, last week or a couple weeks ago they were saying like he could potentially fight John Jones in MMA.
Shit,
So
not anymore.
But
Not
them
anymore.
type of shots he took against Joshua are shots that make you not be able to take punches, very well anymore. I'm just glad it was only 3 shots and it didn't like
Yeah.
prolong, because that could have like
Honestly,
really messed him up.
after that last punch made him forget how to speak French, though. I really don't think he know how to speak French no more after that last punch, bro. I think he's permanently an English speaker now, though. That shit deprogrammed him, dog. Bro, you saw how his knee folded?
like yeah, he said like what, tore ACL or something like that.
Yeah,
Like
ACL, MCL, PC, all
like
that CL, bro. He tore it.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Torn Achilles on top of it or something. Like good God.
So who's
Like,
that? Is Joshua versus Magdal for the IBF?
no, Joshua versus who is it? Philip Hergovich. Philip
Yeah.
Hergovich.
Oh yeah, yo, that's a knockout. That's knockout inside 5. Hergovich is so butt cheeks, bro.
Oh man.
And he lost to Zhang. I don't care what nobody say. He did not beat Zhang, bro. Zhang beat him, bro.
Oh man. That ain't gonna be a good look, man, for coach. Well, coach might see that, but
You see now, Anthony Joshua. That's if Anthony Joshua beat Hargreaves and become IBF champ and 3-time champ, and then he would have beat multiple times. That's a real Hall of Fame resume. But yet, this is the heavyweight that get criticized, and y'all niggas be going crazy over Wilder fucking because he beat somebody who's on blood pressure medicine and shit, dog. You feel me? That's crazy.
And he tied against Tyson Fury. Don't forget that. That's actually the probably one of the better feats, tying with Tyson Fury. And if you actually
if you that desperate to pretend that shit was a draw, that's cool. That's cool.
I pretend it's a draw, and I pretend that he could have won the fight if the count, in the spirit of the count, was a actual 1, 2, 3, and the shit wasn't no spirit of the count that was like a 12-13 count. Yeah, I think he actually could have.
You know what I don't get about it? There's multiple videos of people putting the stopwatch. Now fuck the stopwatch. He went down at 121, right?
yeah,
And
but
got up at 110. Nigga, he was already up on his feet. By the time 110, he was already up on his feet. Like, where's people getting?
I don't believe you on that count. I don't believe you.
Either way,
that was the.
Remember, guys, it's not 10 seconds; it's a 10 count. So.
It's a 10 count on top of that. It's a 10.
I'm saying, and in the spirit of his 10 count, if it wasn't a slow ass count, and if it was a normal count.
First of all, with the 2 knockdowns, the fact that they call that shit a draw was so disgusting. I'm like, what rounds did you conjure up in your mind to pretend he won, bro? Like, he did what rounds to win? Like, people was conjuring up. That shit was that shit was horrible, bro. Like, you have to be a super Wilder fan to pretend that shit was close enough that
I'll send you my scorecard so you can know which rounds he won.
Man, I scored it 10 rounds to 2.
Of course you did.
Because
you're a Wilder hater.
116, 110, bro. I scored that shit 116, 110.
116, 110. Oh man.
Most people boxing expert, that's what they scored. And the only people who didn't score was the fucking super Wilder fans who for whatever reason think Wilder represents civil rights or some shit, though. Like, he's just a boxer.
Oh.
He's just a boxer. He's not even a good one at that, nigga. Like, bro.
Hey,
like, I remember
you know his walkout before he lost to Tyson Fury in the second fight. That was a clean. That was a clean ass walkout. That was a clean ass walkout.
First of all, D Smoke sucks. Number 1, D Smoke sucks.
Who was D Smoke?
That's the dude that was out there with the,
Well, I'm black, I'm beautiful. First of all, You cannot do that type of shit and then get washed like that.
I mean, it happens.
Black History
It
Month,
happens.
on Black History Month, though. Listen, like during that fight, I picked Fury the whole way. I told people Fury was gonna beat the shit out of him. I said Fury might maul him this time and stop him this time. Nigga wasn't listening. But when Wilder came out, just because I didn't think the shit he came out was clean at all, but I understand what he was
I'm pretty sure you didn't think it was clean.
But I understood the message he was trying to convey because it was Black History Month. I almost was trying to force myself to pick him, but the nigga sucked. Like I told you, when Wilder first came out, I did everything in my power to be a Wilder fan because we didn't have a black heavyweight champion since God knows how long.
I don't believe you.
We was thirsty. Nigga, I was desperate for anything. I jumped on it. Plus, he had the story about his daughter and all this shit. It was a pretty cool story. And then he started doing that fucking trying to sound deep, trying to talk like a villain shit, dog.
And you hated that shit, didn't you? He sounded deep and you hated that shit, didn't you? That shit made your blood boil, didn't it?
Joe, I got a question. With him doing all that stuff, was Deontay Wilder questioning himself?
Changing, yeah.
What they got to do with him questioning himself?
I mean, you're changing your personality.
I had to ask it.
JR, that has nothing to do with him questioning himself. Yes, because if we talk about questioning himself, imagine Deontay Wilder in a fight where he is outmatched, he's hurt, he's been down 1 or 2 times, and the motherfucker's still trying to win the fight.
Boxing academic, can I ask you a question? Do you think Wilder's the type of dude, if his manager said, I don't want you to fight this fight, Wilder would be like, nah, this is the fight I want? You think he's the type of dude like, this is the fight I want?
I mean, it's his career. Why wouldn't he?
I'm asking you, do you think he's that type of dude that like, nah, nigga, I want this fight. I'm gonna give me this fight. You think he's that type of nigga?
I'm not in the business of boxing, but I do know that it.
Do you think he's that type of nigga? That's all I'm asking. Do you think he's that type of dude?
I think that he would take into advisement his team, what his team want. But at the end of the day, he decide who he fight.
JR, what did he answer me? What did he say? What was his answer, JR?
I don't know. I don't know him personally. How would I know?
I said, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
That if his handler said, we want you to fight somebody, he would say, no, I don't want to fight him. Is that what you're saying?
No, if he had the opportunity to fight a dangerous fighter, but his management steered him away, do you think he'd be like, nah, give me that fight regardless?
Yes, I do think he would do that if he wanted to fight.
Okay, so he didn't want Klitschko.
Next question.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, your silence is deafening.
My silence ain't nothing. We talking about the past again. We talking about the past. I don't know what happened in that situation, and I honestly don't care.
We know what Shelly Franklin said. Wilder's a baby. I wonder what that.
And I'm sure that what's his name? Eddie Hearn hadn't protected Joshua in a certain type of way himself. When Joshua was questioning himself, wasn't believing in himself, or when Joshua was early in his fight, I'm sure he wasn't protecting Anthony Joshua in a certain type of way either, huh?
Give me an example. Give me an example of Eddie.
I actually don't care. I'm just giving you. No, I'm not talking. I'm saying that everybody does that. Everybody will protect the interests of their fighter.
Because I know Wilder said one name, one face. Like that means he wanted to be undisputed, but the other guy wouldn't go grab 3 belts.
Which girl did Wilder take from you for you to like hate on him? Which girl was it?
The same one Joshua took from. The same one he took from Dillian White. The same group he took from Dillian White and
what was it?
Big Baby Miller.
Oh
no. Nah, he's trying to be funny. Change the subject again, man.
Hold on. We ain't gonna get into all that before we turn into Adrian Broner, okay? So
right, but you gotta admit, you walked into that counter right hand, and I was mean with it. It was ready. It was copyright. You walked into it.
You talking about somebody else's woman? They ain't a counter right hand. You do sound like Adrian Broner.
You brought it up. I didn't bring nothing up. You said, what girl did he take from me? Before that, I made no mention of it. I was talking about their boxing skills and the moves they made in their career. Wilder said one name, one face. JR, am I correct?
And so me asking you about what girl he took from you made you talk about his girl.
I said the same girl he took from me is the same girl he took from Dillian White and Big Baby Miller. That's what
Okay,
I said. But GR,
I guess I get it
am I
now.
right? GR, am I right? GR, am I right? Did
Hey,
Wilder
listen,
say?
I don't
Did Wilder
know.
say one face,
I don't know
one
what
name?
situation Wilder has with
No, I'm not
the
talking
whole
about the
thing
girl.
with
Did
Big
Wilder
Miller.
say one name, one face?
Well, he did say one name, one face, one champion, that type of thing. Yeah,
Did
he
he
did say
go?
that.
Did he make any type of move to go accumulate the other belts?
Of course he did. He tried to fight Anthony Joshua when Anthony Joshua tried to like lowball him.
Did that $120 million deal they have for him? Did that nigga made that
This
shit?
drug
Did he get
money?
that shit yet?
Would you take drug money?
Drug money.
Zone that was
That
they
wasn't
weren't
drugs money. That
involved
was
with
the
it.
zone. That's the zone when they first started. They dropped a stupid bag. Eddie Hearn might have blew through it, but in the beginning they had a stupid bag. That was real money, nigga.
Can we talk about something that's real in boxing? Because we talking about practice. We talking about practice right now.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I'm
Not a game, not a game, not a game.
I'm
Talk
asking
about
JR
practice.
questions and JR saying no. Did Wilder turn down $120 million deal from the zone?
How can you confirm that it was actually a real deal? 120 million. That's like ridiculous.
When Wilder
120
fought,
million.
Well,
when
so
Ain't
Wilder,
like
nobody
some,
making 120 million unless your name Floyd Mayweather.
it was a 3-fight deal. It was the one with he had two. They were gonna pay for him to fight his mandatory, which was Dominic Brazil. They was gonna give him 20 mil for Dominic Brazil. Then they was gonna give him 80 mil for 2 Anthony Joshua fights. That was the deal.
that was the joint. That was the deal. So, but yeah, he ended up turning it down. But you know, we seen like what ended up happening after that. At least he was able to fight Tyson Fury and have 3 fights with well, at least 2 more fights with Fury.
2 more fights. And my confirmation that the deal was real is when Fury, when Wilder fought Fury, he said, I didn't have to take the fight with you. I offer more money to fight AJ, but I still chose to fight you. So Wilder confirmed it for us. Am I lying, JR?
Well, he did tweet. He did post that tweet in reference to Anthony Joshua there. So yeah, there's that.
All right, we're gonna keep talking about this, or we're gonna talk about something real in boxing. I'm saying this conversation to me is like. Can I just say this?
All right, go ahead.
This conversation to me is like saying who would win, Sugar Ray Leonard and Floyd Mayweather. Like, who cares? Like, they'll never fight. Like they're not even in a cross. There's no even cross comparison. Who cares about that? I don't. Who really cares about this fantasy fight? Because the 76 Bears, who would win against one of Tom Brady teams? Who cares?
Boxing academic.
Different era.
Boxing academic. I apologize to you for being a boxing fan who's into that kind of thing. I'm sorry for being a boxing. I apologize.
Man, go play fantasy league. Go play fantasy league because I'm talking about the real thing. I ain't talking about practice again. I'm talking about the real thing.
I apologize. You know when make a top 10 greatest boxers of all time, sometimes part of that list is how would they do against their contemporaries, and some of their contemporaries might be people they haven't fought. You feel me?
Okay, a contemporary is someone that you have similar people to fight against, and you can compare them against people in their same era, not against people in a different era where boxing was totally different.
When people bringing up Sugar Ray Leonard being a potential one of the greatest 147, a lot of questions was asked, how would he do against the original Sugar? That's always been a thing. When Mike Tyson was coming up, they were saying, how would he do against the greatest? That's a thing. That's you. I'm pretty sure that's a thing with you. You just don't like what we say now because
I'm saying that shit is stupid to compare these cross eras because there's no way we'll be able to do that. That's like comparing apples and oranges. Like,
well,
who am I to say an apple?
Wilder and AJ's today's era, and the fight still could happen. They both still fighting. They both still active fighters. So yeah, I'm still gonna talk about it. It's relevant.
Okay, so Wilder and Joshua, cool. We can talk about Wilder and Joshua. I'll run with you on that one.
That's what just started the whole thing because I was bringing up that Wilder turned down a deal, the $120 million deal. After you brought it up, and then you want us to change the subject once we gave you information that shows you might have been wrong. So then you wanted to change the subject.
Man, you talking about the
All right,
past still.
I'm gonna get an additional reaction to that this Joshua Ngannou joint because he just got on here. Shout out to Chip Bayless in the building, the number one
Yo,
Keith Thurman fan in the planet. No,
yeah, man, we back March 30th, man. We back. I'm trying to get the funds together right now for this trip, man. Yes,
oh shoot,
sir.
yeah, man, it's a few weeks away, man. Yeah, hey, let's go, Keith Thurman, man. He gonna shake up the 154-pound division while fighting somebody at 155 pounds. No, I'm just
Nobody cares, man.
Oh,
See,
it's gonna
see,
be.
now he don't want to talk about real boxing. He want to
That's a
talk about the
hater.
past, and he don't want to
That's
talk
why
about real
Keith
boxing.
Thurman, man. Keith
That's a
Thurman is
hater for
over.
you.
Keith Thurman is
That's a
That
done.
hater
sound he
for
don't
you.
he sound like a hater.
Keith
That's a
Thurman
hater
is
for
done.
you.
You excited
Anybody
for
that's a black
boxing
American,
academic? Boxing real question,
but
boss.
well,
Real question.
the thing is he's got a
When you heard Keith Thurman again fight Zoo, was you excited?
Hell yeah.
I'm not talking boxing academic. Tell the truth. When you heard about that fight, was you excited?
the only thing that doesn't excite me about the fight is that there's a real possibility that Keith Thurman could get knocked out. But there's also the possibility that Keith Thurman can shock the world and win the fight, like on his back foot. But there's
If he
also a
won the
real
fight,
possibility he can get knocked out.
if,
So
if if he gets knocked out, it should have shocked the world. And if he wins, it should have shocked the world because Zoo is very basic. He's nothing special. He's just he's average. If he wins, If he wins, it shouldn't be a surprise. But if he get knocked out, we should remember this nigga hasn't fought in a long time, and his performance against Barrios, who's fucking trash, wasn't all that to me. Even though he dominated the fight, it wasn't all that to me. Because he was fucking up with his footwork when he was jabbing a lot, and Barrios is trash. So that fight should down the stretch. That fight should have been closed down the stretch because Barrios sucked. You feel me? So I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this fight because Zoo is not. I don't care what these people are trying to hype up. This nigga is not his dad. He's mad average. He does nothing special. He's mad simple. You feel me? But at the same time, Keith Thurman never been at 150. Well, I'm not gonna say he never. He hasn't been in 154 in a long ass time. And this nigga's fucking old and he hasn't fought in a long time. The last 3 times I seen him fight, he can't consistently keep his technique for 12 rounds. He only give you 6 rounds with good technique, and then this shit goes by the wayside. So I don't know.
it makes it interesting. So yes, in that respect, I agree everything that you just said. And so in the respects that you
uh,
just named, that makes me want to watch the fight in hopes that
That's
Keith
fair.
Thurman win.
That's fair.
now I missed the conference call that was yesterday between those two, but yeah, I think there should be at least a little bit of interest in this bout coming up in a few weeks. Yeah,
I think it's
between
gonna pick up. It's gonna pick up during the week of the presser.
yeah,
Man.
we'll see, man. But me and the boxing academic were saying USA, USA, USA.
USA.
Man, I feel
Go
about
on say
that.
something. Go on say something to disparage the man.
I
Go
feel
ahead.
about
So
I feel about that Keith Thurman fight. I'm about excited about that fight as I'm excited for Chris Eubanks versus fucking Bud.
Who the fuck will be excited for that fight?
Man, that fight
I'm
ain't
saying I'm
gonna
not
happen.
excited.
Listen,
I'm being
they got
sarcastic.
folks that are supposed to like Bud Crawford fans that are roasting them for this fight, and I'm like,
This fight's
wait a minute,
horrible, bro.
how in the world could that fight happen if Bomac is a trainer for both guys? Number one, and then number two, I guess it'll only happen in the U.S. because hey, Bomac.
Nah, it's gonna happen in the UK and Bomac can't go. So that way
Nah,
it
Bomac
cancels
could go
out.
back. He can go back.
He's banned from UK.
Nah, he's not. He could go back.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, that's gonna be a
Yeah, I guess
conflict.
he served his time or whatever it is. So that
Well,
that
you think?
that
Oh,
got me because
you think Chris Eubank was sell in America? Fuck no. That fight got to be in the UK,
Man, he could have fought Jamal Adames, man. I mean
bro.
James
He could have fought
Adames.
Adamas. He could have fought.
Yeah.
He could have fought fucking Janibek, bro. I've been fine seeing Janibek, but shit,
yeah,
he could.
Nah,
Eubank can fight
Jenna
Janet
Beck would
Beck,
be doing business with Bob again.
man.
Shit, Bud could have fought Janibek. I mean, like, just somebody
But
other
that
than
means
Eubank.
business with Bud. That means business with Bob Arum again if you fight Jenna Beck.
Oh well, they settled. So I mean, I guess Crawford got the money that he wanted from that settlement. So
Man, Jenna Beck is I wouldn't mind because Jenna Beck, man, some of these fair-skinned journalists need to be taught a lesson, dog. They never learn. This guy is not special, bro. Like, stop
He's not. He
thinking
is
that
not.
shit.
Even when I saw Janabek, damn, that was what 2019 was that Crawford Porter fight card, and Janabek was on that card. I was like, come on, man,
Come on,
this
y'all
guy.
hyping this shit up. Y'all can throw money behind this shit.
Hey, is he better than Belonga?
Who?
Is Janabek better than Belonga?
Ooh, uh, you know what? I'm gonna lean towards Janabek actually.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna lean towards Janabek on that one. But yo, Tip, what you said? Like you said, hey, Francis is gonna go to UFC 256 after getting
Yeah.
like,
Francis ain't coming back, man. We better see him at like UFC 297 or some shit.
Nah, man, that man gonna be an actor, bro. It's over.
I
No more
mean, he ain't take
combat.
much of a beating, bro. So I mean,
Man, that nigga
he
don't
he
really.
can have he can have a quick turnaround. He can
yeah,
definitely have a
good.
quick
I mean,
turnaround.
yo, that's the thing about this man. I mean, it was 2 rounds and a quick knockout, so it's not like he got beat up over the course of 7 rounds and lost a few brain cells off of this. You know what I mean? It
And
was
that's what
quick.
I'm saying. That's the silver lining in this fight. That it was over like that. That's the best blessing that could have happened for him.
Yo, but it's why AJ hit him with such a vicious shot. He didn't know where he was. He didn't know where he was after the fight.
Say that again.
He didn't know where he was.
Who? Ngannou?
Yeah, he was gone. He was completely out.
Oh,
He could have processed anything AJ was saying to him.
Like, dude, like, come on. He was pretty much like unconscious for at least 10 seconds on the floor, yo.
Yo,
Like,
they
come
had this
on.
thing on the oxygen mask backstage.
Yeah. Yeah. he
Yo, man,
was,
I'm mad
he
as
was
hell we never got the
I,
fight.
I do feel like he should stick around though. He looked as I was watching the fight the first round. He looked more poised than he did in the Fury fight. I did like that. He looked much better than he did in the Fury fight. So I feel like
Man,
he's
did
coming
you see,
together.
did you see AJ questioning himself when Ngannou was countering him in that first round before he switched and then landed that big shot on Ngannou?
Nah, not too much. I thought it was just chest in the beginning.
this
You thought it
nigga,
was what?
Just a chest match. Them settling down, trying to figure each other out. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
yo, Tip,
Go back
boxing
and look at his
academic,
eyes. Watch
Tip,
it. You got to watch his eyes.
Tip, boxing academic is trying to say that in the first minute and a half, um, Nagano put doubt inside AJ's mind.
You said that better than I could have. So
That's what
thank
that
you.
is. That's just, I just think I didn't see that.
I mean, you never know. I mean, AJ could have probably felt the power early on. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
But
Francis
did you
did
see
give him.
that, Tip? Did you see anything to say that to convey that message?
Uh, a little, no, not too much, not too much, because it's not like he did anything wild.
Word.
He ain't do anything out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I think at this point, if somebody throw a jab at AG and AG take a step back, boxing next we could be like, you see, that's what I mean. He's doubting himself at this point, my nigga. Like, that's how it is, bro. That nigga, anything AJ do, like, yo, he doubting himself.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I saw. At least as far as I can remember. When I go back and look at it again, I'll tell you even better on Sunday. But um, Anthony Joshua was throwing shots, and Ngannou was very responsive and countering him. He clipped him a couple times, not like hard clips, but he was throwing hooks, and he
Um,
was very responsive to him when Anthony Joshua like threw a jab or something, and then he was like, landing, even though they weren't great like lands, he still was making Joshua like question himself to be like, damn, is this dude really that responsive? Is that shot going to land on me? Like it was. That's what I'm saying. He was doing things with the counters that made Joshua question himself.
oh shoot. Yo, like, well, it hasn't been an hour or so, but just this news, of course, it came like an hour ago. Like, it's official through Premier Boxing Champions. Yep, Canelo Munguia, May 4th, T-Mobile Arena, Amazon Prime pay-per-view. So
Tomatoes, boo, boo, tomatoes.
Listen, I'm reserving my thoughts on going to going to that fight, but I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be a whole lot of people in Las Vegas that weekend. If anybody is out there that's a Canelo fan or Munguia fan or whatever, y'all better get y'all hotel arrangements and flights done ASAP. Because if you don't, woo, you're gonna be in some issues. I'll say that.
God, Munguia's so garbage, bro. Like that nigga is garbage, bro. Like I say people's garbage, but that nigga's a special type of garbage, bro. Like, yo, why him? I'd rather him fight drunk Charlo, dog.
Hey, listen, if it was Jamal, like I mean, some folks were saying that it could have still been Jamal, but after the whole joint that's been going down over the past 6 to 8 weeks with Jamal, they say, you know what, nah. And then Munguia, if you've heard from some people, Munguia said, hey, I mean, I'll get it for like 6 million, so they're like, oh. You're gonna pay Canelo about 35 and then McGee only 6? All right, cool.
Good business. And this shit gonna sell because this is a big Mexican shit. But
yeah, Cinco de Mayo. Like Cinco de Mayo is gonna be the next day, so they're gonna make the whole weekend out of this.
I just hope after that it's not no damn Berlanga, dog, or some shit, bro.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be Berlanga. I don't think so.
I think the Benavidez shit is never gonna happen. That shit is a pipe dream.
Yeah, that's sales. Actually, like Benavidez was the possibility for May, but looked like Benavidez had said, hey, maybe I need a little bit more than folks thought he would do it for.
5 mil. I'm not doing that for no.
Oh no. He didn't say 5. Apparently, he didn't really. He said 5, but apparently he didn't mean 5, according to what I've been hearing.
So how much they offered him?
You probably offered him about 5 or 6.
5 this. Oh man,
or something.
Nah.
So we'll see, man.
I could make 6.
Yeah, Munguia is the guy, and it's gonna be on Amazon Prime pay-per-view. Anything with the zone is gonna be international, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So
out of all of the guys that Canelo probably was gonna fight, that he was probably favored against, I think Munguia is the best out of all the guys that he was gonna fight that we know he's favored against. Because at least Munguia gonna throw his hands for 2 rounds before he get knocked out.
He's gonna try to make a fight out of this. 1, and then 2. Given that he's Mexican, and I guess this is gonna be the first Mexican that Canelo's gonna be fighting. It's gonna be big, and
he fought some Mexican. Remember, he fought Chavez.
Oh no, Little Chavez. He fought Little Chavez. That's right.
Yeah, and he fought.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like this. The first fights is Little Chavez.
And what's the other nigga? The other Mexican dude that
fought? Who he knocked out with an uppercut?
On the Contender. That was on the Contender.
Yeah, with an uppercut.
Oh, shit.
He's on the Contender. Alfredo Gomez. There you go.
Yeah. Gomez or whatever it is. But man, I got another guest here with me that hasn't been on here for a good little minute.
Tell this man don't come here talking shit to me. Talk shit to Zoe. Talk shit to Zoe. Zoe talking about what's his name? This MVO.
Yeah. Everybody know it, man. It's MVO, most valid opinion in the building, man. What's going on, kid?
Good.
I'm happy to be here. It's been too long since I've been on this wonderful boxing program. I'm happy to be amongst great boxing minds like yourself. I see my guy Zoe. That's it. Those are the great boxing minds on the program. It's good.
Hey, how the fuck you gonna dome this nigga up? How the fuck you gonna dome? Out of all the niggas you dome up, how the fuck you gonna dome this nigga Zoe up?
Now, there are a couple of things I want to say. First of all, salute to the great Anthony Joshua for putting on for the sport of boxing
For
like
putting
he
on
was
for the
supposed
sport of
to.
boxing.
Like he was supposed to knock that nigga out. That was great. That was exciting. That was fucking exciting. Shout out to Anthony Joshua for that. And big shout out to Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez now has the biggest fight of the year. Okay. And this is going to be the biggest fight of the year. It's bigger than Ryan versus Devin.
Whoa. Canelo versus Jaime is the biggest fight of the year?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
It is.
Financially.
Yeah, I don't. Is that a question?
I think
I
it's
mean,
arguable. It's arguable right now.
how
I
is it
don't know about that.
arguable?
I mean, it's only the first quarter.
Okay. What else?
What do you say that could be?
I
Nick?
didn't say it's going to finish the year as the biggest fight of the year because
But
who
you said
knows?
up
He
there.
might fight. He might fight Benavidez in September. But
Okay, come on, cut it out, MVO. He's not
the
fighting.
biggest fight that is on the calendar that is going to happen this year.
That is actually going to happen.
Exactly.
That,
Canelo Alvarez versus Jaime Munguia. There's no question.
I told him, man, I'm like, listen, a Cinco de Mayo weekend in Las Vegas, and it's a fight with Canelo Alvarez and Jaime Munguia, and you got
Two
some
Mexicans.
What you
From
said,
Rock-
800K? 800K buys minimum?
Oh, this is
Nah,
doing a million.
It's doing a million.
No, I said minimum 800K.
Oh, it's doing a million. Minimum of a million.
I said
This
minimum.
is doing a million.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
This is doing a million.
Little Chavez. Little Chavez was a million. Plus, remember, I mean, this is on Amazon Prime pay-per-view, so you got all of those subscribers that this is being marketed to. So
look, after I saw Jaime sell out that arena in Arizona, bro, I have no doubt that it would.
Hold up. You saying Canelo versus Munguia is a bigger fight than Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson?
No.
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson is going to be free on Netflix.
Oh, it's free on Netflix?
But is it bigger?
How you know it's free? How you know it's free?
Jake Paul announced it.
They said it.
That's what's up. How they gonna get their money from advertisements?
I don't know how Netflix makes money.
So it's funny that you say that. They were talking. So the dude from ProBox was talking about that. How like now all the promoters.
What the fuck is ProBox?
All right, so the guy who runs ProBox, his dad used to be a matchmaker for
Gary Jonas.
Gary Jonas is a
who gives a shit about Gary Jonas?
A ProBox is a reputable station, et cetera, et cetera.
No, they're not. No, they are not.
Man, they fights be better than a lot of other fights I've seen.
That's hate.
Yeah,
no,
he hates.
It's true. Hold on. Why don't you look up the history of Gary Jonas and you tell me if it's hate? Why don't you see what Gary Jonas did with boxing scene as soon as they took over and completely destroyed the website within 24 hours and tell me if that's hate? Well, how about we pay attention to what's really going on?
Man, look what happened to Jake Donovan and everybody immediately, nigga.
Like Jake Donovan gone, Keith Idec gone,
Cliff Road
gone.
Immediately.
Like, what are we talking about? Gary Jonas.
But didn't y'all say y'all hate them dudes anyway?
No, I never did. I said,
no, not Jake. Yo, definitely not Jake. And definitely not Cliff.
And shout out to Jake Donovan, the guest host on Brunch Boxing. Shout out to Brunch Boxing, which is me. Thank you. Shout out to Jake Donovan.
Oh, so you fired
No. Ezra's still there, but Jake.
Okay.
When you gonna invite me on your show so I can show?
You don't ever be on Twitter like that.
Oh, it's a Twitter, man. All you gotta tell me is just connect to my account and I will come.
Pause. They'll send an invite to you, and I don't know. You gotta have to.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome anytime. It's every Saturday, 11 a.m. You're welcome every time.
Saturday at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what I think? You know what we need next to finally put an end to this MMA shit? We need Tank to fight that O'Malley nigga.
Nah, O'Malley's not gonna get into boxing. He's not a big enough name. Nobody cares about him. So here's the thing. When you get these crossover fights, it's only guys with a name big enough to command that.
Yeah.
That O'Malley
or you're gonna get.
I don't watch UFC, so I don't know who's popular. I don't watch that, so I don't know who's popular.
Nah, he's
he
UFC famous, but UFC is going through a down cycle where they can't build stars anymore because they don't want to pay them.
yep,
Yeah,
good.
I don't know what happened to the UFC, bro. I used to know mad names like back in the day, bro. When they had the Ultimate Fighter and shit, I don't know none of them niggas now.
UFC to me, I could never get into MMA because I like my athletes to do things that I can't do.
so
Like
so
I
you
feel like you could spend your entire 30 years of your life smoking crack, and then when you turn 31, you quit and decide to be an MMA fighter and you can win a belt. That's how I feel about it.
Hey, look, they got a guy who, like Jake Paul, just started boxing 6 years ago. He's in the main event against Dustin Poirier, who was one of their legendary fighters.
You see
Jake Paul,
exactly what I mean.
and they think he might have a chance to win. Imagine thinking
wow.
Jake Paul will have a chance to win against somebody like a fucking Canelo or a prime
Canelo
fighter. Like, come on. It's
or like
It's a
ridiculous.
joke. It's
Oh,
not a, I don't take that shit serious. I can't take MMA serious.
Time out. If Jake Paul fought Canelo, what do you think the odds would be?
Wide. Very wide. Very, very wide.
listen
Like give me the
6,000
mathematics.
to
well,
1.
Give me the mathematics.
hold
Like
up.
a
Let me
five to
see.
one.
Oh, way
No,
more than 5-1.
way
You
more
kidding
than
me?
that. Like, come on, like three
It'd
minus
probably
three
be like
thousand
minus
at the very
3,000,
least.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 30 to or 40 to 1. Like it would be that wide. Probably
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that.
the odds of Jake Paul winning a round of this shit not being 120, 180
Exactly.
will be running minus 150. You
Like
feel me? Like
this is like if Jake Paul fought someone within his like weight, well, his current weight, like I don't know,
A
like
cruiserweight.
All right.
cruiserweight.
Imagine him fight Ja Opata. Come on.
So, so
Yeah.
does Jake Paul have a puncher's chance?
Against
no.
Mike Tyson?
No.
He better not.
He what
Better
against
I'm not
Mike
gonna
Tyson?
lie. If he beat Mike Tyson, I'm done with boxing. I'll never watch it
Not
again.
boxing. This ain't got nothing to do with boxing.
The
This
thing
dude
is,
got
he
nothing to
actually
do with
might beat Mike
boxing.
Tyson. He might knock Mike Tyson out, which is why I said I'm sad that Mike Tyson taking this fight because Father Time is undefeated. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
This is Jake Paul, guys.
I was thinking about. I said Jake Paul should have fought Roy Jones. I think Roy Jones would have been a better opponent.
Nah, Roy Jones might get knocked out.
No,
Can only take
did
one
Roy
punch.
Jones lose his fight? Who did he fight? God damn it. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Dennis
It was over in Milwaukee. He had like a fight in Milwaukee.
was it Victor Belfort?
No, that was Holyfield.
Oh, that
Holyfield
was
was that,
shame.
but
That was shame.
yeah, that
Here's the
yeah,
thing
that,
about Roy. Roy, he's a quick twitch, rely on that kind of athleticism boxing. He ain't got that no more.
yeah, he's reflex. He's like reflex type of guy, man.
Yeah.
So,
And
like
his
once
he got a
once
Ric
that
Flair
left him,
body.
like yeah, he ain't on none of that stuff.
You can't have those fat twitch muscles when you got a Ric Flair body, though. It ain't the same no more.
But how are we feeling about Canelo versus Munguia? How many of us are giving Munguia a chance to win? And why is it only me?
Why are you giving Munguia a win? You already open up the segue, so the
That's funny.
runway's open. I'm here to hear. I'm here to
So
listen.
Munguia, very busy fighter, throws a lot of punches. One thing about Canelo does not like to work in between punches. He likes to let a guy get his stuff off. He likes to get his stuff off. You know, it's the same thing that happened with Dimitri Bivol. You know, Dimitri Bivol was keeping him busy, keeping him occupied with punches, and then Canelo will wait till he starts moving back to start throwing punches. You know, Canelo doesn't punch in between punches no more, like he used to do with Triple G and stuff like that. So I think Munguia can keep him busy and beat him on activity. And Munguia's power is real, also. I'm telling you.
So
I'll give
He
Matt
threw about
one
doesn't
good
matter.
52
thing.
punches in his per round in his last fight against John Ryder.
I'll give Matt one thing. The fight might look like a Gervonta Davis fight.
Oh yeah. 100%.
And then it's gonna be over. It's gonna be over with just like that. It'll look like a
Well,
Gervonta Davis fight, and then it'll be over with.
Well, here's the thing though. Neither Gervonta nor Canelo has fought anyone that is that busy that also has the chin of a Jaime Munguia. You know, he fought Triple G, who had a excellent chin, but that was when Canelo was able to match punch output.
Matt.
Canelo now is more
What 10 does
economical.
Munguia have now? What 10 you speak of?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah, I was waiting for that too, man. That's what you hit me because I saw
We've
Did,
seen
Durvin,
we've seen
Durvin,
Munguia
whatever
get
the
cracked
fuck his
before.
name is.
did
What
we not
against
see?
like Derevianchenko or
Yeah, I was about to say,
somebody?
didn't Derevyanchenko hurt him?
Yeah, Durvin, whatever the fuck his
Didn't
name is. A bunch of
what's his name from Brooklyn hurt him too? Gabe Rosado hurt him as well.
I've never seen Jaime Munguia in trouble. There's never been a Jaime Munguia fight where I thought he was in trouble at all.
that's
Jaime
pause.
Munguia likes to give some to take some. He takes some but he dishes it out.
Pause.
You know, so of course it's gonna look like that. Now I'm not saying that Jaime Munguia is gonna have a long career, okay, but he ain't cooked now.
Well, I mean, he's
Listen,
already been in the game 11 years.
I believe Munguia's defense is so porous. His head movement is so porous. He's so defensively responsible. Even if he is throwing 60, 70, 80 punches per round, I think Canelo could score 117, 111 scorecard with just 27 punches per round because he's that good at sharpshooting against that poor of a defense. He could win this fight 27 punches per round. He could win a fight that going. Now that's how bad this nigga is defensively. His punch is gonna pop out.
But
So
he's great. But he's
so
great offensively. But he's
so
great offensively.
Zoe, I got a question for Zoe.
Great is I don't know.
No, he is great offensively.
Okay.
So I got a question for you.
Yo,
Are you saying that Canelo Alvarez is gonna look like Floyd Mayweather against whatever his name is?
why you had to take it that far? Never mind. I agree with Matt. Fuck it.
I ain't saying look like Floyd Mayweather literally. I'm saying is he gonna look like Floyd Mayweather in the efficiency and in the punches he's throwing?
No, I'm saying he's gonna look like the Canelo that he's been looking at 168. He's gonna walk you down and not throw a lot of punches.
He ain't walking down Jaime Munguia.
He's gonna start pushing that
He ain't walking. Listen.
Sharp shots.
Jaime Munguia ain't taking a backward step. That is what makes this fight so compelling.
That boy going
What actually makes you think that he ain't gonna take a backward step?
Canelo Alvarez, that's gonna be something.
Matt, what make you think that?
He's never not taken it to anyone he fought. Jaime Munguia takes it to everybody. It's just what he does.
There was times on that Derevyanchenko fight where he took a backward step.
That is very true. Jaime is gonna question himself, and Jaime gonna have to take himself to a place that
I don't think he's gonna question himself. I don't think he's that smart enough to question himself. He's one of those niggas. He could be down 7-0 and still think he's winning. I think he's that type. He's that type of dumb. I don't think he's gonna question himself. He's gonna. I think he's that type of dumb. I don't think he's that type of nigga, bro. He has heart. I'll give him that. He has heart. He's gonna be there. He's gonna throw punches. It's gonna be an exciting fight for people who likes that type of just rock 'em sock 'em robot shit. You feel me? But yeah.
But that's the thing, man. It's going to be an action fight or all action fight, and that was, I think that was a key factor there in choosing Munguia, because I think with the fight that Canelo had against Jermell Charlo, like a number of people were turned off by that. They were disappointed by that. So when the thing for Jermell Charlo was offered, it's like they kind of threw a lure out, said, okay, he could potentially fight Jermell Charlo next. And folks was like, nah, I don't think so, buddy.
I still want the Charlo fight.
Yo, what weight class did that Charlo fight take place at?
I still want the Charlo fight. I think Charlo could beat Canelo, man.
Yo, what weight class did that Charlo fight take place at?
Well, the super middleweight, of course.
He fought his wife at super middleweight?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
He said he fought his wife at super middleweight.
Come on, man. Come on. But yeah, man, I feel like this is going to be a good all-action fight, between Canelo and Munguia. And
7-round knockout, man. Under 7, man. Canelo's gonna handle this shit under 7, man.
Well, under 7, but it's gonna be action-packed for those 7 rounds as long as it lasts.
It's gonna
it will be. We got any idea what the undercard might look like, MVO?
Nah, I'm
bunch
assuming
of
Frank Sanchez will be on there.
Well, I don't know if he's going to be part of the main card or not because the last time he wasn't.
It's like they mad he beat Alonso
Well,
Cruz.
and he was what on that Day of Reckoning joint. So I don't know.
Well, I don't know if you were paying attention, but during the Day of Reckoning, not Day of Reckoning, the fights today, when Michael Buffer announced it, they said in association with TGB Promotions. So, you
With
know,
who? What?
Ray Vargas.
yeah, Ray
Oh
Vargas
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
invited.
yeah, yeah.
So, you know, it's fine.
Hey,
Go
yo,
get your bag.
what y'all felt about that fight? You guys agree with it?
It was
I thought
close.
Ray Vargas won, but, you know, he got knocked down twice. So it happens. If you get knocked
Yeah.
down twice,
He ain't
you
really
know, it
get
is what
knocked
it
down.
is.
He ain't really get
Yeah.
knocked down.
Well, it doesn't
The
matter
first
what
one,
we think.
especially the first one.
It doesn't matter what we think. It was what was called officially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
So,
fallacious. I
but
like that, man. I like that. Yo, Olga, I wanted to talk about this shit, man, because I don't know how you guys felt. Number one, what's your scorecard for that Ford versus Akumahumakala fight? And what did y'all think about the stoppage?
I had Komatov ahead going into that last round. So like Komatov was doing more, was more effective while he was coming forward, and while they had brief times of. Well, I think no, scratch that. He was fighting good off of his back foot, and then when he turned to be the aggressor, he was being more efficient against Ford until those last few rounds. It was just like when he got caught in the 10th round, and then after that, that's what led to his downfall.
What did you think about the stoppage?
It was an excellent stoppage.
What you think about the stoppage, JL?
It was in New York. It was in New York.
Okay, I got you. I copy. Listen, I went into the fight because Jersey got to stick together. I went to the fight rooting for Ford, and man, whatever, bro. I had him down. I had him down significantly, and then that stoppage was just that was a bum ass stoppage to me, bro. That was just me, bro. And I'm rooting for Jersey. I rooted for him, but round 5, I'm like, okay, he's losing. I don't know, man. You say it's an excellent stoppage. I see some
Yeah.
people say, cool.
The dude, hold on. He turned his back and
He turned his back.
stumbled away.
I don't think that's what I think. He stumbled. Is what I don't think he turned his back and ran. I think he stumbled.
Now, okay, well, either way, you can't do that.
He got Chavez. That was Chavez versus fucking Medrick Taylor all over again.
That was a good stoppage also.
Come on, bro.
I mean, it is what it is.
I think
the only reason why you don't think it was a good stoppage is because of how much time was left in the fight. And that's why I agreed with the referee with the Chavez Taylor thing. You cannot think about the time left in the fight as a referee. You can't do that.
Listen, with their punishment, even though Taylor was clearly ahead of that fight, with the punishment he took during that fight to get ahead, the least you could give him. He took life-altering punishment. The least you could have gave to him was those final 5 seconds to let him at least claim fucking victory, bro. He took a life-changing beat, and the last thing, the least you could have done is let him last the 5 seconds.
Nah, so now you're telling me referee should have rooting interest.
Yeah, man, that referee did have rooting interest, man. That nigga was friends with Don King. What the fuck was that, nigga?
So what about the referee in the Raymond Ford fight? He was rooting for Raymond Ford?
The referee did. I don't know. I got my questions are with the judges. I don't have my beef was not with the ref in that fight. It was the judges. I don't know how the judges scored it for Ford or Vargas over Ball. That's how I see it. But I don't care about the ref in that fight too bad.
Wait, you thought Vargas lost the fight?
Yeah, slightly.
Oh well, nah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, but even with Nick Bitch thing being a draw there between Vargas and Ball. What was it? Ray Ford said, "Hey, I think he said he'll give him a shot or something." You know what I mean? I thought Raymond Ford was gonna move up though.
Didn't
He
he
was
get beat
gonna
up by
move up,
Osaki
but
already?
they're gonna pay him a lot of money to fight on this 5x5 card in Saudi Arabia, the Matchroom versus Queensberry
Yeah, the match on
challenge.
Queensbury joint. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, yo, MVO, tell me, am I tripping? 'Cause I've been noticing a little team news. Am I tripping for thinking two years, maybe 2 years down the line, that Top Rank is angling this Bruce Carrington anyway shit, or am I or I'm looking too hard?
I don't think Top Rank is angling it, but what they're doing is they are getting people, they're making sure that they are building up all the fighters that they have from 122 all the way up to 130, because they want to keep injury in the fold. Anyway, is big business.
Yeah, big business, bro.
Bro, he's gonna kill Shushu, bro.
He's on a what?
He's gonna kill Shushu.
What? Hold up.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shushu got an ugly style, bro. And I don't think his style is good for anyway. I mean, not good for anyway, but I don't think anyway style is good for him.
Mhm.
It's not a scrap
Well,
he wants.
anyway, style is not good for a lot of fighters.
Yeah.
Man, all I know is I would love to see once he finish off with 122 where he got to fight Louis Neri, then probably Sam Goodman. Hopefully we get a Casemiro fight too before he moves up.
I don't think he gonna get
No.
Casemiro.
No, why
You
would he
said you
fight
don't think he beats
Casemiro?
Casemiro?
Why would he fight him?
Why would he fight him?
Oh, why would he fight him? It's you right. It's a good fight. It's a fight I would want to see, but it's a good fight.
And who says he's gonna beat Louis Neri anyway? That fight has upset written all over it.
Mm,
That shit would definitely go with my narrative of not knowing anything about the lower
Louis
Hey
division.
Theory
man,
won
hey
that
man,
fight, he would be.
a new way under 8, man. A new way under 8. You're not even gonna entertain that, man.
Okay.
It's gonna be a
I
bad day
think
for Neri, bro.
I think anyone's gonna make him take a shit the same way Figueroa made him take a shit.
We'll see.
uh,
I think so, man.
I don't think that fight is a fait accompli. We'll see.
And here's another thing. Do you see this as a potential fight down the line too? Junto Nakatani versus Inoue. Do you see that as, I know in China, Japan, that should probably do 5 billion pay-per-view buy, but do you think that's a big fight that people's gonna watch internationally
No.
down the line? You don't think so? You don't see Nakatani turn into a star like Inoue?
I don't, but what does a star mean in Japan? That don't mean that everybody's gonna be watching it.
right.
Yeah, like hardcore boxing fans will watch it, yeah. But it's not gonna capture the imagination of the public.
Man,
Not like
Nakatani keeps scoring
world.
these knockouts, man. Who knows?
No, he'll probably like be like behind or follow in a way as far as like his path, like going up in weight. But I don't think they'll
He
I don't
just
know
grabbed the strap
he's
at
gonna go.
118, right? He just grabbed one at 118.
He just grabbed the WBC belt against against dude there that was at 118.
Santiago.
Alejandro Santiago. But
So
I
that's
mean,
what. So that put him 3 division champ, right?
yeah.
So all in the span of 4-6 pounds, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
can't
guess,
forget
like
about
I
Boxing
said,
Academic and how he feels about those guys getting like being 5 division world champions while going up 12 pounds.
and I say this all the time, man. If those division had, a bunch of, had people with the name of Errol Spence and those kind of names and those kind of looks, people wouldn't be saying that.
Hey,
People
Zo,
are
can I cut
scared.
you off for 1 second?
Yo,
Fuck them other niggas because I'm down for my niggas, man. Come on.
that's acceptable. Just say that. That's acceptable. Just say that. But don't beat around the bush. I'm okay with you saying that. Just don't beat around the bush.
I only said that just because you
Word.
were saying the statement you were saying. I don't feel that way. I mean, if somebody's better, they're better. But
Word.
I
Shout
don't
out
watch the world
Justin
classics.
Boxing in the building, man. Peace to you, brother, man. And I guess Art's in the building. He said Ngannou, I guess. Yeah, he like I said, man, Joshua just didn't play with his food in that fight. He just
Yo.
torched Ngannou, dog.
That fight made me
torched
hate Tyson Fury 100% more, dog.
him.
I don't know how he had nothing to do with like today, but I just hate this nigga more for allowing this for allowing these MMA niggas just to have a week in the sun, just one day in the sun to talk shit, dog. You allowed it. I'm glad Anthony Joshua rightfully set the world back to balance, bro.
It looks like he sent Francis Ngannou straight to hell, like MVO says.
Yeah, straight to hell and left his ACL on Earth.
Hey, yo, MVO, man. Hey, what do you think about we talked about this before you got on, that whole thing with Crawford and who they say he might be fighting next. That whole joint with Chris Eubank.
Chris Eubank, I like it. I don't mind it.
Why
I mean,
you
I
I'm
don't
trying
doing
to
think
figure out
bullshit?
All
how.
right, y'all. All right, y'all. It's a good show.
you know, I love how small-minded boxing fans are. Like, here's the thing. Crawford's not going to be fighting Eubank if he does for no reason. If he's fighting Eubank, it's because he is trying to get that September fight with Canelo. So he is moving up in weight to try to test his might at a different weight class. Y'all
Yeah,
don't
but
see the play.
it's not that. It's just the fight in general.
No. MVO, I seen somebody put that point. I would be okay with that point if it's the fact that I really believe Canelo have any interest in fighting Bud. Canelo's not interested in the Bud business or the Benavidez business, bro. He's interested in the Munguia and Berlanga business, bro.
He's
And
not
let's just
fighting
keep it real
Berlanga.
with him.
He's not fighting. I don't think
You're right.
he's not fighting.
Listen, I just had a heart attack 5 days ago. I bet you if I told Golden Boy that, I bet you I get the fight. I bet you.
I don't know. He said, "Oh, step right up. You might be good enough condition to fight."
Exactly, nigga. Like, yeah, bro. Like, oh shit, you can't pass a physical. Okay, we got you, nigga. Like, bro, I take it for 500,000 for and I for the culture.
Well, I'm telling y'all right now, this Crawford. First of all, if it's true, I don't know if it's true.
Yeah.
I haven't did any research on it. Asked nobody no questions. I just saw one person made a report, and then everybody starts reporting, and then they'll say, "Oh, media reports say." Well, it's not really media reports. It came from one person, and everyone just jumped on the bandwagon without doing any real research about it. So who knows if it's true? But I don't mind the fight if it's true. You know, this is he's jumping up 2 weight divisions to fight somebody top 10 in another weight class. It's the same thing Canelo did against Kovalev. It's the same thing Tank did against Mario Barrios. I think it just shows how great Crawford is that he could jump up 2 weight classes, fight someone top 10 in that division, and people not get excited about it. That just shows how great he is, because we don't think it's going to be a real fight.
Somebody need to
No, no,
hire
no, no,
you,
no, no.
bro.
I
Somebody got to
disagree.
hire you. That was a
I
great
disagree.
PR too.
I
They
think
need to
people.
hire you.
I think people think Crawford can beat Eubank. I mean, we just saw how Eubank got walked on by what was his name? Leland Smith. Was it Leland Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
Leland
they
just
had
Smith.
said
the
that.
rematch, and you see what happened in the rematch, though.
But yeah, that rematch ain't really do nothing because I mean, at the end of the day, he still lost the first fight, a fight he wasn't supposed to lose. So like,
He
Man,
got
and Crawford
hold on. In that first fight, he got elbowed. What do
and
you mean? He went
and
down on
Craw-
an elbow.
Crawford got inside information on that nigga now, man. I don't want to see that shit. He got
Hey,
inside
listen.
his
Hey,
secrets,
listen.
motherfucker. I
Larry
don't
Holmes was Muhammad Ali's sparring partner.
Yeah, that's true, nigga. And then pulverized the Parkinson. That was fucked up.
You
Yeah,
know,
that
so it is what it is. Listen. If the fight happens, I don't mind it. You know,
Jeremiah
I
Ortiz.
would like to see a bigger fight for Crawford, because I don't think that this is going to be a big event.
yeah, they
But
might.
if he could find someone willing to pay top dollar to get that bag, I'm not against it.
Yeah, if they're able to pay what Terrence Crawford wants as far as like the
Yeah,
first, then hey, why not?
but I see a bigger play for Crawford. You know, I see what he's trying to do. He wants
Yeah,
that Canelo fight.
Hey
yeah.
yo, I think we have a better chance of seeing. We have a better chance of seeing before we see Canelo versus Bud. We have a better chance of seeing Canelo versus Benavidez, and I ain't talking about David either. I'm talking about Jose, the one with the bullet in his leg.
Come on, man.
Oh my god.
That's the one we're gonna get.
Nah, we ain't getting no Jose
I
Benavidez
know who.
Jr.
I know Canelo body, man. He not about to. Man, he not about to fight no Benny or Bud, man. Like that's not happening, man.
If he was to fight Benavidez or Bud in September, would that shut you up?
That would shut me up. I'll be happy and I'll gladly give them my money.
Okay. All
And
right.
I'll go take Spanish courses and learn how to speak Spanish. Viva la Mexico, whatever. You feel me? I'll go in.
This man
All
go.
right.
This man go have Rosetta Stone downloaded to his computer or something.
Super.
Oh man.
Super, bro. Like I'm telling you, man, because I just don't feel like, man. Because I feel like they're trying to fight Bennett for this. I think Canelo would have fought Benavidez if he thought he could beat him. And the older Benavidez get, the more unlikely you're not gonna beat him. I mean, shit, you're not beat. I don't think you could beat him 2 years ago. The time been passed, but it's just getting worse now. He can wash you. Now it's just a matter. The longer you wait, it's not even a loss anymore. We think about you might get stopped.
I don't think there's a fighter out there that Canelo doesn't think he can beat.
He
That's
says
great.
no one beats this Canelo. Like he said, after the Jabel Charlo fight. Well, I mean, we'll see. But
No one but Bival, huh?
I don't think Canelo thinks that Bivol could beat him.
I don't think Canelo's that type of delusional. I know there's a lot of fighters that, to be great, you have to be delusional. I don't think Canelo's one of those niggas. I think he knows who he is.
well, we'll see, man. But hey, he got this schedule coming up here for this year. There's 2 fights, and then after that, who knows? He said he wanted to fight another 5 years, but I still have doubts about all that. So,
But I ain't gonna
but
lie, if I had to pick between Bud Canelo or Benavidez Canelo, I would prefer the Bud Canelo, personally.
I think Bud Canelo's a bigger event.
Yeah. And I think,
yeah,
and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Bud decisively outboxes him.
That's not going out on a limb. I think Bud beats him too.
Yeah, I think
It's not really going
decisively
out on a
out.
limb.
Yeah, I think he gives him a
I
silent
think he
project.
gonna give him. I think Bud would give him PTSD flashbacks to when Floyd kept hitting him with that straight right.
counter punching them to
Yeah,
oblivion. You know.
And
So yeah,
the difference between Bud and Floyd, when Floyd landed that uppercut in round 8, and then Canelo backed into the ropes and shit. The difference between Canelo and Floyd and Bud's gonna eat you for dinner once he see you show that type of weakness again. So once you back up and show any sense of doubt like you did against Floyd, Bud's gonna jump on you, dog. He's gonna force you to say, "I surrender, dog." I can't, man. I hope that happens, bro. Either way, either one of those fights he's losing. Benny beats the shit out of him, and Bud boxes his shoes off, bro. Boxes the sombrero off of him.
oh man, but yeah. Yeah, I want to see if he fights either one of those guys in September. I don't think it's going to be Berlanga by any stretch.
nah.
So
How you gonna fight? Listen, he's still with PBC, and Berlanga's not a
yeah,
big enough name
yeah, he's
for
not big
Al to
enough.
even want to consider it.
Hey, listen, Berlanga ain't going to bring the hose out. Okay, he's not going.
Definitely not. He might bring
He'll bring
Fat
Fat
Joe out.
Joe. That's what I'm about to say. He'll bring Fat Joe out. He's
Hey,
gonna put
hey,
like
listen.
on him.
Hey, and on top of that, they said like after that fight, there with Berlanga and McCory, they were like all excited that hey, they could potentially fight Canelo. But the WBA kind of like suggested that, well, no, actually, you are the top contender for David Morrell Jr. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know about all that because when they mentioned Morrell's name, he was like, nope,
Yeah,
nobody. So
Morel will do cruel and unusual things to that boy in the ring, bro.
yeah, it wouldn't be good at all,
MVO,
What up?
you don't F with Pro Box, but there's a particular fighter on Pro Box. I don't know if you've seen them.
What do you mean on F Pro Box? I just don't like Gary Jonas. I watch.
Okay.
I watch the fights.
Have you seen Darrell Saint?
I have not seen him yet.
Okay, he Haitian kid, Olympian out of Orlando. I think he's 11-0 now. He's in the he's 13-0 now. You feel me? About 11 knockouts, switch hitter, big kid, man. You need
What
to keep your eyes on
division?
him. He's at 160 right now.
Can I
Oh,
translate what he's saying? Real quick, can I translate what he's saying?
yeah.
He's Haitian, so no matter how good or not good he actually is, he supports him, to a T. That's what Zoe just said.
I don't
Nah, because
think Rich.
Zoe don't support Bermain Stavern.
Yeah, I hate
He did
Bermane.
before. He did before. He got knocked out by Wilder.
I hated this nigga because I seen this nigga at a party. I said "sac passe" and he responded in English. I'm like, fuck this Canadian nigga.
I mean, that's kind of understandable, but yeah.
Yeah. And then I picked Floyd to beat Andre Berto. I think there's a good handful of, I'm not gonna say there's a couple of 140 niggas that beat Richardson and he's Haitian, so I'm not one of those niggas. You feel I'm from Alabama, so I'm gonna ride with Wilder forever.
No. What I'm saying is, never mind. I'll say it when we
Yeah.
down on air.
Yeah. Wyclef suck. I'm Haitian. Wyclef fucking sucks.
Now you just a hater.
You like Wyclef, bro?
Wyclef is a legend.
I like, man. I don't like nothing post Fuji's, nigga. I don't like nothing post Fuji's.
Oh, you bugging.
Nah, bro. He's Haitian, bro. Nah,
But what you was gonna say about your boy? You was gonna ask him something about him or something.
No, I just said just keep an eye on him. I think he has Zoe step of approval for future champion.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out for him. Whether he gets back on Pro Box or other events out there. But
YSL Media did tell me that he signed a deal with Al Heyman. That's what YSL Media. So I don't know how factual that is, but YSL Media said he's a PBC fighter.
Oh well, if he's part of the home team, I'm gonna be watching him.
Yeah, they say he's a PBC
fighter. I don't know, man. If they advise him or whatnot, then maybe we won't see him on Pro Box anytime soon or whatnot. So we'll see. But man, speaking of Pro Box, they got the next joint on Wednesday over there in Plant City. There's an outside chance, but I might be out there for that.
Where is it?
What?
On Plant City joint. They have their fights over in Plant City.
Well, if you're out there, give Paulie Malignaggi a nice slap in the back of the head with some baby powder for me.
No, did you say Atlantic City or Twin City? I didn't.
He said Plant City, Florida.
Oh, Plant City. Oh, that's like by Orlando and shit.
Right? Near Tampa.
No, it's near Tampa. It's like an hour, man. If you go from Orlando, bro. So, it's like out Polk County and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, because, I used to stay in Broward and, I never been, Central Florida's country as hell.
Yeah.
Like Hillsborough County and all that shit country.
Yep. Especially out in the outskirts outside of Tampa and all that,
Shit, I live in Iowa, so ain't no country than this shit. This shit is horrible.
Oh, man. But it's like after 10 p.m. Eastern time, 2 hours here for this live chat, man. Big ups for everybody that's watched here live. If you can, on the way out, hit the like button to support the boxing source. Big ups to Boxing Academic Lord Zoe MVO, Tim Bayless here joining on the live chat, man. And I'll catch y'all on Sunday with the Boxing Source podcast. Yeah. Here he goes with the
hell yeah. Let's go, Zoe.
Yeah.
Hold on, go. Bro with that ran again.
Twins. Fuck Montero Boxing. Fuck Steve Kim. Fuck Max Kellerman.
Whoa, all right. No, that's enough.
On boxing, just as boxing take.
We fuck with Max Kellerman. Shout out Max Kellerman, New Yorker.
Jalen Brunson is the best point guard in the NBA.
Well, I don't know about that either.
Nigga, you bugging. You smoking.
It's not getting crazy now.
Jalen Brunson is the best point guard in the NBA.
Oh, man, yo. All right.
Knicks are going to the finals.
Oh, let's go.
I don't know. I don't know about all that. But with that being said, yo, we out on the Boxing Source, y'all. Peace.